What Jeshua actually taught about consciousness. Hey guys, it's John sitting here in my living room having a fabulous day. It is just lovely outside, and I'm looking forward to my work today. I'm having a great day, and what's nice about it is it's a beautiful sunny day outside, but I have all the windows open and I can smell the fresh air, and I'm really appreciating this moment. I'm taking my consciousness and using it on appreciation right now. You know, what Joshua actually taught about consciousness is striking because it's extreme simplicity. You know, in my very first regression, I said, it's so simple we have a hard time comprehending it. The concept of simplicity is truly the core of Jeshua's teachings and the simple nature of oneness and non-duality. Jeshua did not come here to create a religion. He came here to broaden the awareness of our individual spirituality, to show us how great we really are and what's dwelling within us. The concept of coming here to show us our divine power was antithetical to all of the other ruling authorities of the time. The Jewish churches didn't like that idea. The Roman authority definitely didn't like that idea because their whole construct was all about having power over others. So what did he teach about consciousness? You know, he talked about consciousness being the awareness of spirit within you, the idea that everything is within you, the awareness of spirit within you. New Age ideologies will tell you your spirit guides and all this stuff. They're saying that you have to go to someone else for spirit. You know, and the reality of it is it's not the spirit's within you. That's what Jeshua talked about. The consciousness is the awareness of the spirit within. Jesus called the kingdom is within, not something out there. Jesus called it the kingdom within. Over and over again, the kingdom within. He never talked about it being something outside of yourself, something you have to strive to get to. He always said the kingdom was within you. He said, let your light shine before men. Your light, not his light, not Moses' light, not Buddha's light, not Krishna's light, not Muhammad's light, not Baha'u'llah's light, not Deepak Chopra's light. The spirit is within you. The kingdom is within you. Let your light shine among men. Put that love out in the world. Put that expression of yourself out in the world. Be the light. Be the light. And what is the light? The light is the expression of love itself. You put that love into the world, and that is who you are, because all the power is within you. The simplicity of consciousness is the understanding that you are the pinpoint of creation. You are the delivery method of love in the world. You are God on earth. And what else did he say? He said, you are gods. And that was another thing he said. He wanted the world to understand that each one of them was the creator. Each one of them had the power within themselves to step up and become this greater self that is creating the world around them. You know, he emphasized love and forgiveness and compassion and being one with God over and over again, and all the writings that are left behind. Right now, of course, all those writings are all hearsay because he didn't write them, and the scholars believe that the disciples didn't write them, so they believe that it was maybe oral tradition that was handed down over generations. But the reality of it is when you look at those texts and you look at that consciousness, you feel the truth in certain words, and the words that you feel truth in are the ones that make you feel good. The light is within you. Ye are gods. The kingdom of heaven is within you. You're one with the Father. These are all empowering statements that once you acknowledge that you are, you've stepped into a level of consciousness that is so much more powerful, so much more effective in the world, so much more a presence of love. Because when you step into that consciousness that you're one with God and you realize that God is love, then you just start being love. And that consciousness, that awareness, because that's the key to consciousness, awareness. I am truly aware that I am the direct connection of God and earth. I am aware that I am this. People don't acknowledge that. They have a hard time stepping into their divinity, but that's the consciousness he spoke of, stepping into the belief and the chosen idea that you are divine, that you are creating, you are the pinpoint of creation. You can ask mountains to move and they'll move. Nothing's impossible for you because you are God. Ye are gods.
And now, a quick word from our sponsor. Coffee Time with John. This channel runs off coffee, so get your coffee and tea at johnsjoe.com.
The churches over the years have focused on control over connection. It focused on giving deity to Jesus as opposed to giving divine power within you, like Jesus taught. This idea that the church's control through power and through the idea of something outside of yourself rather than something within yourself. Jeshua talked about that consciousness of the divine within, the idea that everything is within you. And in that divine self is a beautiful expression of love. That divine self, Jeshua, my friend, shared that every one of us was equal. He washed the disciples' feet to show that he was no better than they. He was not a deity, he was a man. He was a man who found his divinity and was showing us, take heart, I've overcome the world. He was showing you that, not to say, look how great I am. He's saying, look how great you are. That consciousness within yourself is, without a doubt, what he spoke of. It is the simple teachings of Jeshua. And that consciousness, that awareness that you are divine is what he spoke of about consciousness. To be truly conscious is to put all thought, word, and deed behind the ideas that you believe in. I'm very conscious about the fact that I am delivering love to the world. When I decided to start my YouTube channel and start my private sessions, my whole goal was to deliver love to the world, to help people find the power within themselves, to find that simple kernel of love within them. That's been the entire goal of my entire expression. When I declared that I was receiving an opportunity to help people all over the world in profound ways, within a day, I was, getting big interviews, and the belief that I was receiving, and I created the opportunity to help people all over the world in profound ways. Now I talk to people all over the world, and I get letters every day to say how much they've changed their lives because of the meeting. So I've declared that. I've created that. My divine self created that opportunity, and I put my thoughts, words, and deeds behind it. And now I've got 1,800 videos on my channel, which is interesting. But the idea of this is that I know that I'm divine, and I know that I am the creator of my experience, and I know that I can't rely on anybody else because they're creating too. I find people who are involved, I like to work with, and I work with them. I bring them in. But eventually they're probably going to find their own way somewhere else, or they're going to take over what I'm doing, and I'm going to find some other way. But each one of us is creating our experience, and the conscious awareness that we are that creator is what Jeshua talked about, being aware that you are divine. When you realize that, then you start to see the divine in others. That's what namaste means. It's I recognize the divine within you. You start to recognize the divine within in others. You start to understand that they are also one with God. They are creating their experience. If they are in a negative, horrible, rotten state, they created that. You can change that because any emotional state is a choice. We get to choose what we're standing on. And when you simply come back to being love and living in that loving moment, you have the ability to create something entirely new. Understand that you are divine not by decree. No one's telling you that you're divine and that you have to earn that divinity. You are already divine. You are already in that space. You are already in the expression of God on earth. And some people are like, well, John, my life sucks. I said, well, congratulations. You're really good at creating sucks, right? You're the one who gets to choose what you're creating. And I am having a sucky life is I am God's name, sucky life. I am present moment declaration, sucky life. So you are going to live a sucky life because that is the life you've put faith in. That is the creation that you've birthed. And that birth is going to create a sucky baby. Remember that Jeshua, my friend, did not come here to be worshipped. He did not come here to be divine. And he didn't come here He was a man. He was born into this world. He found his divinity. He was amazed by what he had found. He shared it with everyone around him. And his concepts of consciousness were all about the idea of you are divine and you are creating and you can create love because you are God. And that's my thought on this. You guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. See ya. Bye.